Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outcasted OC. I am here today with the NXT review. Obviously going to be talking about the biggest news at the start of the show, just because, that's why you're here. Everyone wants to talk about Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. But before you listen to me talk about my opinion of that, I just want you to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit the bell so you get all the different videos coming out. We've got a podcast coming out tomorrow about pop culture, so that's going to be really good. Get to know the crew. That's basically what we're going for. But now let's get into NXT. Like I said, let's get into the biggest news, and then I'll cover the rest of the show. So it begins with Bron Breakker coming out and basically saying what he said last week, that he's going to be holding everyone accountable for their actions. Ilya Dragunov tries to come out again and get to him and attack him. Bron Breakker seems ready for it and prepared, but obviously Ilya gets Dragunov back to the backstage area. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, and then Seth Rollins appears on the screen and says, it is bold. It's pretty bold what Bron Breakker did, aiming straight for the top, aiming straight for the World Heavyweight Champion. But he likes that. He likes his moxie. So do you know what? He accepts his challenge. So next week, we find out later in the show that it's going to be called NXT Gold Rush. It's going to be taking place over 2 weeks. Next week is going to be Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm excited for this match. If you want my opinion, I don't think that. I really don't think Bron Breakker is going to win. It'd be interesting if he did. It'd be a bold move if they did. I mean, he's being prepared for the future. Let's face it, guys. Bron Breakker is probably the future of WWE, but I don't think he's going to be beating Seth Rollins. He is on a white hot streak as it is lately. As far as Ilya Dragunov goes, he has got a number one contenders match later on tonight. Whoever wins that match, him or Baron Corbin, will face Carmelo Hayes the week after that in NXT Gold Rush for the NXT Championship. But going back to the start of the show, we have got a 6-man tag team match here, and this was a bit of a confusing one for me in terms of the result. You've got Schism, so Rip Fowler, Jagger Reed, and Joe Gacy, the weirdest names in history, versus Mustafa Ali, Tyler Bate, and the NXT North American champion Wes Lee. Pretty good match. Schism get quite a lot of offense in here, a lot of domination, which they should, because they are the faction. They are the ones who are used to be working together. So, that's only right that they should have that. There's a weird situation here where there is a missed tag, and there is apparently I think it's a situation where I believe I don't know who it is. It's either Tyler Bate or Ali that tags in and the referee doesn't see it or something like that. But anyway, Schism go for the pin, and another referee comes in and jumps in and stops the referee from counting 3. Something that I have never ever seen in NXT, in the rest of the WWE, in wrestling history. Usually when there's a mistake, there's just a mistake. I don't know. I thought this was really stupid. This costs Schism the match, because then Ali, Tyler Bate, and Wes Lee are then able to pick up the victory. I thought this was a weird decision, mainly because I feel like Schism, if you're not going to end Schism, I don't know why you would, because they've got quite a lot of momentum still. I'm not sure why they didn't get the they didn't get the victory. Bate, Wes Lee, and Mustafa Ali did not need this win. It ends up with Mustafa Ali later on in the night talking about how they need to get Tyler Bate and Wes Lee fighting for that North American Championship. I'm not sure why they needed that win. If anything, a loss here would have provided more to that story, so there's a little bit more tension in that friendship. But hey ho, I'm not a writer on NXT, but that's what I would have done. What else have we got next? Oh yeah, backstage, and now we go to backstage where Thea Hale's getting grilled by Drew Gulak and Dempsey. Basically saying, you won that battle royal, but you still need to prepare, because in 2 weeks you're facing Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship, blah blah blah. Duke Hudson says after tonight, she's gonna have to she's gonna have to impress and like lock in a hold or something. But I missed a couple of weeks of NXT because I was on vacation. Have I missed a bit where Drew Gulak and Dempsey are like really invested in Thea Hale's training area, part of Chase U? I didn't think they liked each other, Chase U and Dempsey. And I mean, I've missed it. I do apologize for that. But anyway, the teaching of the Kimura lock, something that she will use in her match later on tonight. So we'll get to that. I'm going to skip the Bron Breakker situation because we've just talked about that, so we don't need to discuss it anymore. But I am so excited for that match, guys. Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Are you excited to see it? Did you expect it so soon? There was quite a lot of rumors that it was going to be taking place at SummerSlam, but no, we're getting it next week just on NXT TV. Gold Rush is where it's happening. I cannot wait for that. All right, okay. Here we go. We got a video package now of Dana Brooke, where it shows all the highlights from a WWE career. It's not a very long highlight reel. She held the 24/7 championship and she was Charlotte Flair's protege or something. But she's ready. She's coming back to her roots. She's coming back to NXT, and oh God, I do not care. Does anyone care about Dana Brooke? I don't know. Cora Jade confronts her because also Dana Brooke has an interview time afterwards and says, basically, you want to see real talent, watch me tonight. Cora Jade slaps her and then walks off. Dana Brooke looks incredibly mad about this. I would be incredibly mad about it too. I would just recommend that Dana Brooke. I don't even know what you would do with Dana Brooke anymore. I was about to say something really mean then, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to see anyone lose their job. Anybody, including Dana Brooke. But I'm just saying. No, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it, guys. No. Right. Anyway, Ali said he's excited to do work in NXT, and this is the bit where I talk about where he's going to get Tyler Bate and Wesley to face each other for the North American Championship. He also drops a gem here where he says, instead of having these referees maybe making mistakes and maybe making it not legit, I tell you what, how about I be the special guest referee in the North American Championship match? I'm interested in seeing this. Like Mustafa Ali as the referee. Will there be any tension between Bate and Wesley? Will Mustafa Ali accidentally make a mistake and cause more tension between these people? But only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I am excited to see it. Thea Hale now versus Cora Jade. Now, this again is weird because Dana Brooke is supposed to be a face. I mean, she's coming across as a baby face. So Cora Jade at halfway through this match goes for the kendo stick. She's about to hit Thea Hale with a kendo stick. Obviously, the referee sees it and stops it. But while the referee's back is turned, Dana Brooke pushes Cora Jade into the the ring apron, and obviously causes her some injury. Opens up the window for the heel to get the victory with the Kimura lock, tapping out Cora Jade. She's using the Kimura lock. Fantastic. Cora Jade loses a bit of momentum here, but I suppose this is now leading into a feud with Dana Brooke. Hopefully, Cora Jade will win it because Dana Brooke does not need that victory. And Cora Jade is on the rise, whereas Dana Brooke is on the fall. I don't know. Dana Brooke says she was willing to work anywhere, including NXT level up. Maybe that's where she should be for the rest of time. But that's just me. That's just my thoughts. I've got a note here saying about NXT Gold Rush. If you're wondering why I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. NXT Gold Rush, like I said, guys, there are going to be some titles on the line. We're going to be finding out a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes when I talk about it. But essentially, what I've already told you, there's going to be a women's championship match, like I said. You've got Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale. There's going to be a World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. And there is going to be an NXT Championship match, Carmelo Hayes versus the winner of tonight's main event. There is a couple more matches announced, and I'm sure there's more to come. But that's what we've got over the next 2 weeks of NXT. I'm really looking forward to covering that for you guys. Are you looking forward to NXT Gold Rush? Let me know about that in the comment section. Okay. Noam Dar is on crutches. He comes out next. Noam Dar is on crutches, and he says he cannot defend the Heritage Cup against Nathan Fraser because Nathan Fraser attacked him in the parking lot. But instead, Aura Mensah is going to be defending Noam Dar's honor. He's also going to be defending the NXT Heritage Cup. So instead of the champion defending, it's going to be Aura Mensah versus Nathan Fraser. For me, this wasn't really a good example of a Heritage Cup rules match. you have I think it's 6 3-minute rounds. So the basically the match can only last about 18 minutes, but it is also 2 out of 3 falls. So if someone gets 3 falls in that time period, then but basically if anyone's up on those 2 out of 3 falls, then the match ends automatically. It also ends automatically on a disqualification or a count out, apparently. I did not know that about the Heritage Cup rules. Like I said, I didn't think this was a very good example. Not only did you not have the champion defending, it lasted not very long. I believe there was only like 3 rounds used out of the possible 6. And it looks like Noam Dar is no longer the Heritage Cup champion because Nathan Fraser beats Aura Mensah. Weird. I wonder if like Noam Dar is going to be coming out next week and just saying, it wasn't fair. I'm the champion. I didn't get defeated. It was someone on my behalf. I should deserve a rematch, or the title. The title should be stripped from Nathan Fraser and given back to me. I really have no idea. I don't know what the point of this was. They could have just, they could have just like left this until when they wanted to have this match. Noam Dar versus. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't think this really suited the place on NXT this week. I mean, to be honest with you, and if it's not going to happen, they should have just had Nathan Fraser and Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup next week at Gold Rush. I have a feeling there's going to be a rematch for it. Just because, like I said, the champion didn't lose. But, I don't want to see 2 Heritage Cup matches in 2 weeks. I want to, just give me one, and that's enough. Lopez and I'm even going to be talking about this, right? So there's a segment backstage where Elektra Lopez and Lola are talking, and like Lola says, I don't like a lot of people, Elektra, but I like you. We should be friends and do stuff together. Who cares? I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if that's something that, once again, that's going to be taking place over the couple of weeks that I did not see it, but who cares? I do not care what's going on there, like no background to my knowledge, so whatever. We move on to something more interesting for me, and this is a handicap match now. Dabba-Kato versus Axion and Scripps. Again, the first thought that I thought in this match was Dabba-Kato couldn't even beat Scripps, so why is he in a handicap match now between them both? Like, he stands even less of a chance. And it turned out I was right, because Dabba-Kato lost to Scripps and Axion. This is a weird situation that's going on. I'm not sure why they're burying Dabba-Kato. I think he's one of the more talented big people on the roster. To smaller men who don't really need to be in a feud with him, like, there's more of a storyline going on between those two now that they're friends, or that they're a tag team, or ever since Scripps was unmasked by Axion. I don't know. I don't know why Dabba-Kato is being buried here. It's kind of a weird situation. It literally stifled his momentum, and he's only just got back to NXT, so he needs that more than ever. I don't know, but like, what I do know is this is my favorite part of NXT that's coming up next over this past couple of weeks. So last week on NXT, I reviewed it and I said to you guys, Von Wagner went to see that therapist. Well, we get an update this week. Robert Stone is talking to him, and he says, you've been seeing that therapist a lot lately. She's getting a lot about you. And he's like, yes, she is indeed. Obviously, the implication is that they're having relations, guys. They're having relations because, oh God, Von Wagner's acting is awful, but it just makes it even more better, this storyline, doesn't it? Apparently, the therapist has given Von some advice, and that is to talk about that photograph that we're seeing over the past couple of weeks with someone that he trusts. So Robert Stone's like, who do you trust? Do you want to get some of your football friends here? Your mother, your father, like anyone? And like Von Wagner's like, no, for a stupid guy. No, for a clever guy, Robert, you are dumb sometimes. Robert's like, what do you mean? And he was like, I want to talk to you about it. I trust you. You're the only person that I trust. So maybe we're going to be getting an update next week, or like on the YouTube channel that is Von Wagner finally going to reveal what the picture is about and why it's doing him so much damage? And will he get a push? I don't know. All I care about is that come Tuesday is on NXT TV, because I think he's really funny. I don't really care about the Robert Stone thing, but I just love. Oh God, he's just Von Wagner is just the best, guys. He's so good. He's just so good. What do we have next, guys? What do we have next? Oh, I'm just having a look. I'm just trying to have a look, like which way I can kind of like talk about this because they get brought up in a couple of situations here. Basically, on NXT this week, we saw the return of Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, Los Lotharios. The attack Idris Inoue and Malik Blade, I believe it is after the match that they have later on. But I believe like I don't really understand like why they are back. I mean, I thought they could have done something with them more on the main roster. This is what confused me about whether I wanted to talk about it or not. Like in terms of like, you know, I was going to bring up at the start with the Bron Breakker and Seth Rollins thing because it was one of the most interesting parts of NXT for me. But I don't know. Like we'll talk about it now. So Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo come back. They attack the rest of the tag team division. They're getting themselves involved in the rest of the tag team division. I think this is strange, but it could possibly be a good move from like maybe a restart. The crowd are very happy about it. The crowd are really happy to see him. They were saying welcome back. They were chanting for Carrillo and Garza. So, you know, like any move is a good move as long as the crowd are into it. I'm absolutely fine with it. We do get a match announcement. Like I said, it is going to be Wesley versus Tyler Bate for the North American Championship with Mustafa Ali. And then also we do get the match that we was all suspecting, Thea versus Tiffany Stratton at NXT Gold Rush, taking place over these next 2 weeks, guys. So look out for them. What do you think of them in the comments? What do we have next, guys? Oh yeah, there we go. Stacks is trying to figure out the rat. He's trying to figure out the rat who put Tony D'Angelo in prison. He even brings up Petey Poppins, like old Pete Dunne. You know, do you remember that old rivalry that not Angel Garza, that Tony D'Angelo had with him a couple of years ago? He even brings up the possibility that it could be him, and Tony thinks to himself, no, it won't be Petey Poppins. It's Gallus. It's Gallus. It's got to be Gallus, right? That's what Stacks thinks anyway, because they was about to have that championship match, and then all of a sudden, you know, Tony D'Angelo gets put in prison. Makes sense to me, guys. It's got to be Gallus, but are Gallus really the type of people to snitch on people? I don't know about that. I honestly don't know, because I mean they like a good fight. So would they really snitch on someone? I don't know. Next we get a oh yeah, we do. This is funny. Like this is like the dynamic that I'm actually liking. Like I say, I think I missed it while I was on holiday. This was funny. You've got Duke Hudson backstage like congratulating Thea Hale on the victory against Cora Jade, like saying, oh, you did so well in the Battle Royal last week. You did great against Cora Jade tonight. And she's absolutely getting so hyper. She's so, like, you know, she's so grateful. She can't wait to face Tiffany Stratton for the women's championship. And so Doug Hudson turns around and goes, we're going to throw a pep rally next week before your match the week after. Drew Gulak and Dempsey show up and like, no, why are you celebrating just scraping by against Cora Jade? You have got to get back in that gym. And she goes, you better lock it on hard because I'm going to lock it on hard, Dempsey. Wow, like I love Thea Hale's like just commitment to like the hyper character. I just think it's really funny that like she's just always on 24/7 on NXT TV. I just think it's so good. If I'm honest, I don't know if I want to see her as the women's champion. I'm not going to lie to you about that, but like I'm excited that she's getting a little bit of a push. I think she deserves it. She works really hard and she's only young as well, so you know why not? Here we go. And this is what I was talking about before. We now get Idris Inoue versus Malik Blade. After this, Booker T. By the way, Malik Blade wins with a bit of a like. So basically, Idris Inoue comes off the top rope. Malik Blade shifts his weight. 1, 2, 3 for the win. Who cares? Right. Booker T then gets on the microphone and says, "Just been announced, guys. For the first week of NXT Gold Rush, there is going to be a triple threat tag team match, and it's going to be Idris Inoue and Malik Blade." Versus Tank, Tank, I don't know, and Hank, it's Tank and Hank basically, versus JB and BJ, and whoever wins that is going to challenge Gallus for the tag team championships the next week. And this is again where Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo come out and start fighting with the whole of the tag team division. Are they gonna? Is it going to be turned into a fatal 4-way tag team match? I won't mind seeing that. But swiftly moving on, guys. We have got Damon Kemp backstage. He is complaining about last week. We was discussing this because last week we saw Eddie Thorpe once again get a victory over him, except this time it was a little bit more Damon Kemp has a point here, to be fair. Like, his feet was under the ropes, and then before that, he got screwed out of it with the referees again. Eddie Thorpe comes up while Damon Kemp is complaining to the referees. And to be fair, the referees are saying sorry. But Eddie Thorpe then comes up to Damon Kemp and says, "Are you still complaining?" Well, yeah, of course he is. He lost twice. You lost, like, in a bad way. I'd complain as well. I'm on Damon Kemp's side for this. But Eddie Thorpe comes up and says, "Let's settle this. I'm sick of hearing you complaining. You can ask for any match that you want, and I will go for it with you." Like, so basically, he's leaving it in Damon Kemp's mind there that Damon Kemp is going to have a choice of any match against Eddie Thorpe. Any match. Damon Kemp goes, I'll think about it, and then walks away. So we'll find out what it is. We'll find out. I don't really know what Damon Kemp is good at. I mean, I know he was like an Olympic wrestler, maybe 2 out of 3 falls, because this is going to be the third match of like the story. I mean, maybe an Iron Man match, maybe no disqualification. I don't know. He was in an ambulance match once with Julius Creed. I mean, that could be it. Like, I don't know. My guess is 2 out of 3 falls. 2 out of 3 falls would be the one for me. Next one is Roxanne Perez versus Tatum Paxley. I don't care about this match. I don't think I was even watching it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Roxanne Perez gets on the microphone after that and tells Blair Davenport, because Blair Davenport had a bit of a vignette backstage where she was talking about all the people that she was taking out over the past couple of weeks, and then says that Roxanne Perez is now on the list. Roxanne Perez turns around on the ring, barely looking over the ropes, guys, by the way. This is the ropes. And like, Roxanne Perez's head is like here. Like, looking at, I didn't realize how small Roxanne Perez was. She basically like gets on the microphone and says to Blair, "I'm not worried. I'm not scared of you. I'm going to come look for you, seeing as though you want to take advantage and attack the rest of the women's division, take what we love away from us." So officially, it's time for Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport, I suppose. And I suppose down the line, whoever wins that match is going to face Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Championship. I don't see Thea Hale winning it, so I'm assuming it's going to be Tiffany Stratton or Blair Davenport. Tiffany Stratton versus Blair Davenport or Roxanne Perez. Either of those matches I'm down to see, as long as Tiffany Stratton keeps the belt, because I think she should have like a long run. I think she deserves it. Now we move on to the main event, guys. This is the main event, and whoever wins this is the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, and he will face Carmelo Hayes in 2 weeks' time at NXT Gold Rush. You got Ilya Dragunov here versus Baron Corbin. An odd dynamic of people in this match, to be honest with you. You've got Ilya Dragunov, who is used to like sort of the European style of the wrestling, like the hard hitting, like never say die attitude, versus Baron Corbin, a guy who's really come through the WWE developmental after being like, a footballer and a boxer and being on the main roster for so long that he's gotten used to the WWE style. So I didn't know if they were gonna if it was going to work out. It turned out to be not a bad match, to be honest. Like, nothing to write home about. I keep hitting my microphone because I'm an idiot. Nothing really to write home about. It wasn't like a special match or anything, but it was better than a few main events that I've seen lately on NXT. It was one of Baron Corbin's best matches in a while because he was given chance to actually show what he can do. And Ilya Dragunov always puts on a good match. But we get to the end of the match here. Baron Corbin is getting destroyed by Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov sets up for his finishing move in the corner. All of a sudden, Bron Breakker shows up out of nowhere. Ilya Dragunov hits his finishing move on Bron Breakker to get him out of the ring. However, he turns around straight into an end of days from Baron Corbin. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin is the new number 1 contender for the NXT Championship in 2 weeks' time. I'm looking forward to this match. Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes. I think Baron Corbin gets a lot of hate on the main roster, but for me, he's one of the most underutilized guys on the roster. And it really surprised me that he wasn't a champion when he first came up from NXT. With that being said, do I think he's going to beat Carmelo Hayes for the title? No, I don't. But it's nice to see him in that situation. I don't know where Ilya Dragunov goes from here. I'm assuming he's probably going to be interrupting Bron Breaker's match against Seth Rollins, possibly. Or after that match, Bron Breakker and Dragunov are going to go into a feud anyway, just because of what's been going on between those two for the past couple of weeks. But guys, that was NXT. Let me know what you think of the main event. Let me know what your favorite part of NXT was this week. It was a bit of an up and down episode for me. There was a couple of funny moments. There was a couple of weird endings to matches. Just a bit of an in-between episode, like nothing special, but nothing really, really bad. I know that sounds like a bit of a cop-out answer from me, but that's truly how I feel. Nothing really stood out to me. Maybe apart from the fact that we're going to be getting Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins. That was a great announcement, but you can't just base a whole show on that single moment. But anyway, let me know what you think of it in the comments, guys. My name has been Rudy Pucandias from the Outcasted OC. Go follow me and Outcasted OC on TikTok. Go follow me on Instagram at Hype Priest. Go follow Outcasted OC on Instagram also. The links to everyone else's socials, guys, in the group, Courtney's, G's, Ross's, and Lauren's are all going to be in the description down below. Like I say, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let me know what you think of the let me know what you think of the comments. You can let me know what you think of the comments if there's more than one. But let me know what you think of the show, guys. And are you excited for next week's and the weeks after's NXT Gold Rush? I'll see you tomorrow for an episode of the podcast. And with that being said, peace out.